Welcome to this video. If you're here watching, it's because you are a coach or consultant who wants to scale your company, and you're also looking to avoid some of the biggest mistakes that can stop you in your tracks from getting to your next level goals. So if that resonates with you, then stay tuned because we're going to dive into some of the biggest mistakes that experienced coaches and consultants make when they're trying to scale. And I'm also going to give you some strategies that can help you get to your goals faster. Hi, I'm Jessica Yarbrough, top business strategist for coaches and consultants who want to scale to the high 6 and even 7 figures. And along the way, I have discovered what works really well and some of the biggest pitfalls that you should try to avoid when growing your own coaching or consulting business. So let's dive in. One of the biggest mistakes that established coaches and consultants make when they're trying to scale their business is trying to do too many things at once. And this could show up as going after a bunch of different markets at once. It could also mean having way too many offers or even trying to execute on, too many marketing strategies at once. If you're trying to do a dozen different things all at once, it's going to be hard to get it all done effectively and then to even understand what's working. I recommend keeping your attention really focused and streamlining things as much as possible. For example, rather than having a dozen different offers, rather than trying to launch a podcast and write a book and speak on stage and be on 10 different social media platforms this year, pick 1 or 2 marketing strategies to begin with. Steve Jobs says, with focus and simplicity, you can move mountains. So decide on a few things to focus on and watch your business grow. Another big mistake that I've seen established coaches and consultants make when trying to scale their business is centered around hiring. And I've seen this show up in a couple of different ways. The first is a really common way is when a business owner doesn't want to hire people and thinks they can do everything themselves. And this could be because maybe you believe that you can do it better or you want to save money. And what's really important to understand is that hiring a team is what's going to give you your time back. So you can choose to have more money, but you're going to have less time if you're trying to do everything yourself. It's also important that that you're very, very strategic about who you hire and when. The other side of this hiring issue is when I've seen people want to scale and they go out and hire a bunch of team members at once when they don't really have the cash flow to support so many new people. It's important that when you're making money, that you are reinvesting some of that money back into the business in the form of hiring a team, for example. But it's also important that you make strategic hires and hire them when it makes sense. So for example, if you were, a leadership consultant who just landed a multi-6-figure client, and up until now you've pretty much been on your own, you're gonna need to hire someone to help you project manage that client. This could be a client support person. You may also need to bring on another coach to help you with delivery. So if you're making multiple 6 figures and you're ready to scale, as another scenario, and maybe you've been doing all the marketing on your own, then probably you should hire a marketing assistant to help you offload some of the management of your marketing activities. So yes, you want to hire a team, but again, you want to be very strategic about who you hire, what they're doing in your business, how they're adding value, and of course, do it when it makes sense as far as the cash flow allows. Another big mistake that I've seen established coaches and consultants make when trying to scale their business is focusing on acquisition of new clients at the expense of the delivery to their existing ones. And look, we all want more business. And getting new clients is a wonderful thing. You're going to need it to sustain the business. However, you still need to make sure that you're delivering that high quality experience to the people that already invested in you. If you don't, what you're going to do is bring on a lot of new people and have your old people grow resentful and leave. So it's a balance between bringing on new people and still being able to deliver to your current people. And this is why it really helps to have your client delivery dialed in before you try to scale your business. This includes everything from having, the right support baked in to the right support personnel, like that client support person I mentioned, to having, great onboarding, communications with clients, processes in place so that they feel supported. You need all these things to ensure that they're moving forward towards their goals. Another big mistake I've seen established coaches and consultants make when trying to scale their business is not focusing on building those right systems that are also going to support scaling. You're going to need systems to grow your business, period. The right systems and team are what's going to allow you to scale. So I want you to focus on building those systems as soon as possible. And look, building systems does take time. And if it's not in your wheelhouse, you can always bring on a team member to help you install some of the systems into the business. So out of everything that I teach, the systems piece is like the most complex, and it typically is the one that takes the longest. So just remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. It starts with understanding which systems you need and then step by step building it. It does require some patience with the process. However, if you can take the time and roll up your sleeves and build these systems, you'll actually have a business that you can scale. and you'll have something that you can grow without breaking your business. Another big mistake that I've seen established coaches and consultants make is allowing fear to become your silent business partner. So many people are making decisions from a place of fear. It could be fear of the unknown, or fear of success, or fear of rejection, or fear of not being worthy, or any number of fears that come up. And by the way, fears are just as real for my clients who are former senior level executives. They're struggling with it too. The problem is that if you're bringing fear into your business every day, it's going to hold you back from being successful. You see, fear is sneaky. It shows up in the form of procrastination, putting off those things that you know you should be doing. It also shows up in the form of undercharging, continuing to sell your services for less than what you should. It shows up in the form of not following up with prospects or putting yourself out there in a way that's going to allow deals to flow to you. It also shows up in the form of not investing in your business, whether that's in the help of a coach or a strategist or team members that are going to allow you to grow beyond currently where you're at. I had a client tell me recently, I didn't realize how much fear was holding me back until I started working with you. Look, we all have fears. It's important that you recognize who's running the show and make sure that that inner dialogue and your insecurities are not the very things that are sabotaging your ability to get to that next level. This is why I'm a big believer in always having some outside support. This means someone that is not your spouse or your friend, but someone that you actually pay to help guide you through your fears and ensure that that you have the right strategy and support to get out of your own way and realize your dreams. These are just some of the biggest mistakes that I've seen established coaches and consultants make that can stop them from scaling. Have you ever made any of these mistakes? I know on my journey to success, I certainly did. And I've come out of the other side of that, which allows me to not only talk about these things, but it also helps me help my clients and my listeners with them. I hope you found this video inspiring. And if you enjoyed it, please hit share so more coaches and consultants can hear this message. Until next time.